In a quiet, forgotten corner of the world, there once lived a little cat. He was small, thin, and always wore the same old clothes, patched many times, faded from years of use. His eyes carried both innocence and sorrow, for life had been cruel to him. When he was very young, tragedy struck. His beloved parents passed away, leaving behind only him and his two younger siblings. From that day on, the cat became more than just a brother. He became a father, a mother, and a protector. Though his heart was heavy with grief, he promised himself, "I will take care of them, no matter how hard life becomes, the hard-working days." Every morning before the sun rose, the cat tied a rope around his waist to hold up his old trousers, put on his torn shirt, and walked to the construction site. The ground was muddy, the tools heavy, and the work endless. His paws, once soft, were now rough and blistered. Dust and sweat clung to his fur, but he never complained. The other workers sometimes mocked him for being so small and weak. Yet the cat only smiled and kept working, because deep inside he carried a reason far greater than the pain in his body: his siblings. At the end of the day, the boss gave him a small pouch of coins. It was never much, but the cat held it close to his chest as if it were treasure. Then, with tired steps, he walked home, returning home. His little house was made of wood and straw, fragile but filled with love. Each night, his younger brother and sister would run to him, their eyes lighting up when they saw him. "Brother, you're back," they said, their voices full of joy. The cat would kneel down, smiling through his exhaustion, and hand them the coins. "Here, little ones, buy food, buy books, study hard. One day you'll live better than me." The siblings hugged him tightly, their small arms giving him strength to face another day. The cat often ate very little, saving more for his siblings. Watching them eat and smile was enough to fill his heart. The endless cycle days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The poor cat's life became a cycle of work and sacrifice. He built walls, carried stones, mixed cement under the burning sun or in the cold rain. At night, he washed his torn clothes by hand, stitched them when they ripped, and prepared for another day. His body grew weaker, but his will only grew stronger. He dreamed of a day when he would save enough money to buy a new home, warm clothes, and food that was more than just bread and rice. Sometimes when his siblings were asleep, he sat by their bedside, brushing their fur gently and whispering, "One day, my brother, my sister, you will never suffer again. I promise," the moment of hope. Finally, after many months of sweat and sacrifice, the cat opened his small wooden box where he kept his savings. For the first time it was full. His paws shook as he counted the coins, realizing that his dream was close. That morning when the sun rose, the cat smiled. He felt a happiness he had never known before. He imagined buying his siblings new clothes, new shoes, maybe even sweets to make them laugh. With his heart full of excitement, he carried the savings in a small bag and walked home quickly, eager to share the good news. The tragedy, but as he neared his village, something felt wrong. The road was crowded, neighbors gathered with pale faces, whispering in sorrow. The cat's heart began to race. He dropped his bag of money and pushed through the crowd, and there, his world shattered. His younger brother and sister had been in a terrible accident. A carriage had crashed into them on the road. The small bodies that once ran to him with laughter were now still and lifeless. The cat fell to his knees, trembling. Tears poured from his eyes as he screamed their names. His cries echoed across the village, raw and heartbreaking. The money he had worked so hard for scattered into the dirt, meaningless now. He hugged their lifeless bodies, refusing to let go. All his sacrifices, all his dreams, all his hopes. For a better tomorrow gone in a single cruel moment. The lonely night that night, the poor cat sat in front of his small house, holding the worn clothes of his siblings close to his chest. He wept until his voice was gone, his eyes swollen and red. He thought of all the nights he had gone hungry so they could eat, all the mornings he woke up early to work, all the coins he had saved. Coin by coin, dream by dream, and now it was all for nothing. The world felt empty, cruel, and silent. Yet deep inside, the cat whispered, "I did everything I could. I gave them all my love. Even if fate was cruel, they knew I loved them." And so ends the story of the poor cat, a story of sacrifice, love, and tragedy. He reminds us that sometimes life can be unfair, yet love, true love, is shown through what we give, not what we gain. May we never forget those who sacrifice everything for the ones they love.